Good morning, everyone. I'm going to take my... As you may have heard, National Geographic has been in the news lately, in September specifically, on the account of expanding our 18-year-old joint venture with 21st Century Fox beyond the National Geographic channels. This transaction that is displayed right here in this infographic entails moving all of our commercial assets, all of our media assets from the nonprofit National Geographic Society into National Geographic Partners, the joint venture. We're very excited about this move because the deal doesn't only allow us to double our endowment for investment in science, exploration, and visually stunning storytelling, but it also will ensure the future for the National Geographic Society for many, many decades to come, to continue inspire audiences and diffuse that research and knowledge and scientifically researched information through the media arm, through the National Geographic Partners joint venture. Among all of the attention that we have received during that time, one quote particularly captured my attention and was particularly flattering. In The Guardian, Emily Bell stated that National Geographic becomes arguably News Corp's most innovating digital asset. And yesterday morning, Joe Ripp of Time Inc. said also something very flattering about National Geographic. He said that National Geographic was able to transform a sleepy magazine to supercharge its audiences to create a multimedia, multi-platform powerhouse. And this is really what I was going to share with you this morning, how we got that reputation, how we were able to transform ourselves to get where we are today, to earn and amass quite large number of audiences all over the world, and inspire them to care about the planet, join with us, converse with us, stay with us, and return. And we don't pretend that we have all the answers, of course, but the evidence to date is quite compelling. And I wanted to basically share with you what the secret sauce for us is, what we think the secret sauce is our supreme content. We think that, of course, content is our strategic resource. It all starts with content. And definitely the content is moving us and propelling us to success. And our ability to really change, to take some risks, to explore in digital technology and make that content available throughout multiple platforms. I will share a little bit about our journey. National Geographic has been given an incredible legacy that started with Alexander Graham Bell, the inventor. We had fantastic individuals who were leading the storytelling and were on the cutting edge of exploration. Cousteau's, Jane Goodall, Bob Ballard, who discovered Titanic, and we want to augment on that on this legacy and continue innovating in future, finding audiences wherever they congregate and bring our content to them. So what we're discovering today, that our audiences are very eager to engage with us beyond the traditionally known products like National Geographic magazine and the National Geographic channel. Today, we reach 700 million, over 700 million people on a monthly basis through all of those touch points, through large format films, through our non-linear television offering, through mobile apps, and through social media. Our channel today is through Wild, the National Geographic channel is in 500 million homes. And only in the last 20 years, thanks to the creativity of our local language partners, many of whom are here today, we were able to achieve and reach 60 million people per month across the globe in 80 countries. We're very proud to say that today, 1 in every 4 readers can read the magazine in their own local language. Because we were able to transform our systems and our storytelling tools to create, to conceive and execute content that starts from the digital audience in mind, which is shorter, shareable, visual, and conversational content, we were also able to grow in the last 3 years dramatically, increasing our traffic to 27 million uniques in the United States, and through our operating partners and licensing partners internationally to 11 million. We are one of the most engaging and fastest growing, but also largest social media brands on social media. We have 185 million reach across all of the platforms. This is just some of the most prominent social media networks displayed here. So how do we captivate so many? Why so many people want to converse with us? It all starts from a visual storytelling and the visual impactful, the picture that tells 1,000 words, as they say. Like the picture here, this tribe in Amazon, Kayapo tribe, they're threatened by logging and overdevelopment, and people and animals are actually on the verge of extinction from the region. People are captivated by National Geographic because we take them to places, magical places, like this climb in northern coast of Oman. And the content that we get comes from all of those very diverse and international explorers and grantees that National Geographic supports through our mission program. To date, we've given over 12 million grants, and 50% of which go to the international audiences. These are professions that are very endemic to National Geographic: anthropologists, paleoanthropologists, but also very new professions such as cyborg technologists and neurologists. All of the content that we bring comes from the field, directly from field and from those explorers. So when the content comes in, we build a story, and each story has to adhere to 5 journalistic principles. This is basically 5 ingredients for every story that National Geographic makes. Each story has to make a difference. We make a conscious decision to get in front of the news, like we did when the Syrian refugee crisis started, and we captured it live through fantastic visual storytelling by John Stanmeyer. We do what others can't because we have certain technology, we have certain photographic talent, and we employ best photographers in the world. Like here, the climb in Burma, where we took our videographers and photographers to a very dangerous journey on the tallest peak in Southeast Asia, and they couldn't reach it. They came back, but we covered it through all of the social media, online, through our television, in the magazine, and we got incredible feedback. The journey will continue next year. We are a part of conversation. We need to be a part of conversation so that the people engage with us. A good example is our November cover, climate change cover, that is tied to highly anticipated climate change talks in Paris, upcoming in November. We were a very active participant in the debate on medicinal use of marijuana recently. In fact, the marijuana cover topic was so popular, go figure, that a lot of our local language editions picked it up, and it became #1 best-selling cover for us in the United States and in many of the markets. We have a free gift of our poster for marijuana up near the wall, National Geographic wall, so please pick it up. It's very cool to look at for, you know, recreational or medicinal purposes. We are also acting urgently. This is very important. This is what we did when 13 Sherpas died on Mount Everest. We covered it online, but we also harvested the power of our social media and our photographic networks to collect money. We did a huge fundraising campaign and collected over $2 million to help the families of Sherpas. And we need to have our own voice. We need to know who we are. We basically seriously take the best pictures of bears, tigers, and cute fuzzy animals. We own the space for animals. And when we get the story, to make that story matter and to have people engage with us, come and stay with us for longer periods of times and then return, we do it in real time. We do it frequently. We publish 10 to 15 times a day. We're no longer the magazine that is tucked in somebody's grandparents' or parents' basement. We do it live and we do it throughout the day. We use personalities to lead the story. Like here you can see one of the recent discoveries, which was also our cover, Lee Berger, National Geographic Explorer in Residence and American Paleoanthropology, unveiled to the world a fantastic discovery, new species of our ancestors. National Geographic financed that discovery in South Africa. And we need to be local. We are also leveraging our international partnerships in all of the 80 countries where we are to tell the story in a local and relevant way. And everything we do, we strive for visual excellency. We, of course, don't tell the story the same way in print, television, social media, and other platforms. We do it very, very differently. We tailor the story to each of the audiences to make it relevant and appropriate. For example, in Instagram, we hand the keys to our storytelling to our photographers. About 90 of our most prominent photographers actually have a username and password to our account, and they converse with the 34 million people who are our followers on Instagram directly. They post their assignments, they talk about their travel, and we deliberately made it a strategy for National Geographic. We do not sell any product, although we have a very large audience. We do not push photography, posters, prints, nothing. We are having the content lead the conversation. And it seems that the strategy has worked. The recent report released by Instagram last month suggested that 75% of all of those 34 million are actually millennials. They are basically the same time when the report came out, our Instagram account reached 1 billion likes, and that put our audience among the top 20 media audiences in the world, close in numbers to celebrity accounts, the Beyoncé and the Kardashians. And I'm not trying to compare National Geographic to the Kardashians, although as an Armenian, I'm quite intrigued with her journey. But I definitely want to say that the same numbers, the same amount of people who follow Kim Kardashian, similar amounts of people are also interested in science and exploration and photography. So this is quite exciting that so many young people actually want to do that with us. In Facebook, we start the conversation in a sort of a teaser format, and we lead our audiences to a more immersive environment, long-form storytelling on our nationalgeographic.com. We were one of the 9 partners that were invited by Facebook to launch the instant article. We understood the trade-off. We knew that we're going to be shifting audiences from our website to Facebook, but we really care about the people, our consumers, who can speedily download all of the complex graphics and the videos that we have from Facebook directly. So we accepted that trade-off. In Twitter, it's all about high-impact tweetable moments. We, in fact, at National Geographic are very excited about the new feature, Twitter Moments, that was unveiled last week. I think it's a very good news for all of us publishers and editors that there's this comeback of curated editorial environment in all that noise. So we think National Geographic content lends itself very well with a sort of visual lead. In Snapchat, we take a different approach. We're trying to be very playful. We are not afraid to entertain, and we can talk about very serious subjects, educational subjects, in a very playful way. If we could quickly run the video just to show one example. we have a series of educational videos about animals on Snapchat. So how do we make money from all of that? We have these large audiences, they come with us, they stay on average about 6 to 8 minutes on our site. How do we make money from all of that? Just a couple of examples to illustrate that we are able to monetize digital. Your Shot is a very good example, probably one of the best, most successful digital products that National Geographic has created so far. This is a storytelling, photo storytelling community. We have 625,000 members from 195 countries who come together to tell a photo story of their journeys, of their adventures. The USP of this community is curation by National Geographic photographers and photo editors. So when people submit photos, the best photos are edited, advice is given on how to become better photographers, and some of the photography appears in our front matter of the magazine every month. So we are now getting a lot of responses from brands who want to make custom assignments. So Lexus recently announced a spontaneous adventure assignment, and it was incredible success, and we are continuously making custom assignments for our clients. Photo walks, it's a ticketed series of events that we do in about 40 cities in the United States. People sign up, pay admission fee, and they go on a photo walk with our photographers. Digital Nomad is one of our most successful travel franchise, where we integrate editorial message with marketing, PR, and social media extensions. We send award-winning travel writers around the globe to display, to talk about clients' destination. This is 100% editorial content. Clients have no involvement in that. It has been one of the largest revenue-generating franchises for us online for the last 6 years. We are also reviving the idea of the concept of the membership. This is not a new concept for us. National Geographic Society was based on idea of membership, and magazine became sort of the benefit of that membership. But what we're realizing that people nowadays want to associate with us. They want to come to us from various different touch points. They want to book a trip with us. They want to support a cause. They don't necessarily want the magazine. So we're trying to, once we get all of these audiences from social media, from our website, registered users, we're migrating them from the community members to supporting members, offering them a variety of benefits, digital products, 125 years of archive, about 12 videos, documentaries every month, and many, many other discounts and live event participation. We're working on a series of programs on National Geographic channel that ties in with our covers, upcoming covers of National Geographic magazine, as well as other media extensions. One of the very interesting collaborations is the co-production Breakthrough with General Electric. And this is a Ron Howard film, a Ron Howard story that we're collaboratively creating between National Geographic and General Electric. Some may say it's in the genre of branded content. However, GE logo does not appear in the film. It's all about finding tools, innovative tools to fight biggest problems of the world, hunger in Africa, find energy solutions, water shortages, and look at longevity and our brains. It's a very innovative scientific journey that we're taking with General Electric. We are also, of course, we have entered a time where there's enormous disruption in cable television. And technology allows us now to have a direct path to consumer. So we created a TV Everywhere platform, Nat Geo Play, that is allowing our viewers to download about 3,000 hours of long-form and short-form National Geographic documentary content. But standalone, we don't think that this platform or our membership platform is the future for National Geographic. We don't think that we can engage people only by doing that. So I wanted to share with you a North Star vision, something that we haven't shared even with our partners, with our local language partners yet. This is just a concept and an idea, but we think that we would like to enhance the NetGeo TV Play platform as well as our membership platform to create one National Geographic, one destination, one digital destination where all of our audiences can congregate and consume content from various touch points based on their interests. If we could play a video, please.
At the height of the Industrial Revolution, the National Geographic Society was born, an organization driven by a passionate belief in the power of science, exploration, and adventure. For 127 years, we have explored our world, and we're still exploring and sharing the stories we find with readers, viewers, and fans both young and young at heart. Today, we reach 700 million people worldwide with our magazines, channels, books, home entertainment, and websites. Now just imagine if you could get it all with the simple touch of your finger. Introducing NatGeo One, a single digital destination where you can access the latest National Geographic magazine each month, as well as the magazine's extensive archive, full of enlightening stories from around the globe. And watch more than 3,000 hours of video content from the National Geographic channels, box sets of your favorite shows, short-form clips, and a selection of 4K ultra-high definition, all available in a Netflix-style user experience. Fully curated and searchable. For the first time, your premium subscribers can access the best of National Geographic, all in one place. But that's just the tip of the iceberg. Together, we can make NatGeo One even bigger, growing the offer to include digital versions of NatGeo Kids, History, and Traveler magazines, inspiring you and your little explorers. A chance to book a trip to the world's most fascinating places with National Geographic expeditions directly through the app, and buy tickets for exhibits and live events. An unmatched selection of books, home entertainment, and premium merchandise from the National Geographic store. And access to NatGeo's best-in-class social media. Plus, your premium clients will become members of the National Geographic Society, supporting groundbreaking scientific research and exploration. And all of it available on a range of devices and operating systems. Drawing on the full legacy of our past, we're now taking the next step into the future, connecting you to the best of National Geographic and the most amazing people, stories, and places from around the world. One app, one National Geographic, NatGeo One.
So we begin our work on this app. It is still the beginning. So in conclusion, I wanted just to say that it is a very exciting time to be storytellers. It's an incredibly amazing time because we can tell story in so many different ways on so many different platforms, as long as we have the uncompromising editorial content and fantastic story. And it all, of course, starts with a story. And I wanted to finish off with an example of a project that we have invested in, which is a very opposite to what we do on Twitter. It's a project of slow journalism. In this time of noise and information, minute by minute information that we actually have to cater to, and we do, we also don't want to lose sight of important long-form storytelling and immersive journalism. We invested in this project. It's a 7-year on-foot journey by a Pulitzer Prize winning writer, Paul Salopek. He's in the 2nd year of his 7-year journey, starting at the cradle of human migration in Ethiopia. And he is telling, through National Geographic media, through long form, and now also through short form journalism on all the media across platforms, the most beautiful, the most moving and amazing story of all times, our story, the human story. Paul will be walking, well, he is already walking for 2 years. He started in Ethiopia and he went through Saudi Arabia, Turkey, Israel, Armenia, Georgia, and now he's on the way to Azerbaijan and Kazakhstan. And he's walking alongside with people, hearing their stories, hearing their dreams, talking about triumphs and tragedies of humans in that part of the world. And all of this is told in a variety of ways, but it all starts with one incredible human story. And basically, his story will end 30 million steps later in the southernmost point of South America. And his story will end there, but ours, I think, is just beginning. We're just starting to explore all these amazing, incredible platforms for storytelling. And as National Geographic, we definitely will continue to do so, because this is our mission statement, and we believe in the power of science and exploration and visual, stunning storytelling to change the world. And we are very committed in doing that now with increased resources backed by the third largest media company in the world. Thank you so much for your attention.
Will you take a question if there is one? Okay, we're a little bit tight for time, but if we have a question, do raise your hand, and if it's a brief one, we'll try and fit it in. Tom, down here, can we get the bouncy mic of power over to him, please? Thanks.
That was incredible. Oh my God, I think I speak for everybody. Just a question about uncompromising journalism. How does that fit with your custom assignments and your digital Nomad integration? There seems to be a lot of integration with clients. How does that long held belief of uncompromising journalism with Nat Geo affect what's essentially sort of corporate backed storytelling?
Thank you very much. Well, the trust with our reader, the trust with our audience is the most valuable thing that we have, and we will never compromise that. So when we are engaging in projects like I described, the digital Nomad and custom assignments, the client has no input whatsoever, because we tell good things about a destination and we tell bad things about destination. If you follow some of the stories, you could actually see that sometimes there are dangerous places and we talk about it, but the clients still want to go with us because we are factually based, scientifically researched content organization, and our content is really backed by the consensus in scientific community and in adventure and travel community. So it's not just telling the positive story, basically. That's how I think we are keeping the balance.
Okay. Can I ask you please to thank Yulia? Thank you.
Thank you.